I'm Merrick D'Amato,
What's up? I'm Rookie
and
Jiro,
welcome back once again to Mindbreakers.
where we are digitally in your mind.
Just like to be upfront before I get into this, due to scheduling things and just life in general, this is being done remotely.
Yep.
Neither of us is sick. We're both fine. Just neither of us wanted to be arse being around other people.
Yeah. Honestly,
It happens.
look, it happens, and plus, I'm low key broke. I'm gonna be
Just
honest. I'm gonna say it.
this is just to explain like the audio difference between myself and Ruka.
Yeah. I hope it sounds crisp. It sounds
You
good.
sound good, man. You sound good.
Good. Thank God. And
Um,
also, this is like a small hint of what's to come in the future.
yes, indeed.
Anyways.
Um, Today we're doing a Stephen King movie. I don't know if you've ever been on a review for a Stephen King film.
Oh, that's wait.
Wait,
Hang
did I
on.
think you did Silver Bullet?
Yeah, I think I did Silver Bullet. I'm not sure if I did actually. No, actually.
Let us have a look. Oh,
I
also,
don't
I'd
even
like
think.
to amend something we said in a review of I think Microwave Massacre.
Yeah.
I figured out which symbiote the killer would be.
Well,
He's Phage. He's Phage.
Phage?
Yeah. Well, Phage means eat. Phage is Latin for eat, and that's his whole thing is eating people.
Oh, and the symbiote would have a big like carrot nose. It has to.
Well, Phage is the yellow one who's part of hybrid.
If I remember, yes. If I remember
Well,
correctly, you are
I used to have a figure of him
lucky.
because he looked really cool. Uh, Silver Bullet. Yeah,
I think I did.
You had Silver Bullet.
I did. Oh shit! That movie was a bit of a was kind of a fever dream, man. I don't remember. The only thing I kind of remember was
It was werewolves. It was a werewolf.
what was his name again? Freaking crazy guy.
It had the guy from Twin Peaks.
I forgot his name. Yeah, the crazy guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Hang on. I have a cat. And he's being
Oh,
fucking
cats.
annoying.
But today we are watching one of his longer movies. This is a 2 hour film, which is kind of
Oh,
a
a 2 hour one.
2 hours 11 minutes. Kind of a trend. Like last episode,
Oh,
Matt and I did Lord of Illusions, which is also pretty fucking long.
oh wow.
This is Desperation. It is a TV movie from 2006. When a
Oh boy.
sheriff arrests a writer, a family couple, and a hitchhiker and throws them in a jail cell in the deserted town of Desperation, they must fight for their lives. It
The fuck?
stars Tom Skerritt, Steven Weber, who you may remember from the shitty version of The Shining,
Didn't.
Matt Frewer, because it's a movie and he's just in every movie because he's Matt
Every
Frewer.
movie. For
And of course, the reason anyone gives a shit about this movie, the one, the only, the main man himself, Hellboy, fucking the Abomination, and Batman. He's been so many people. Ron motherfucking Perlman.
fucking Perlman, my man.
Love Ron Perlman.
Craziest motherfucker I've met in my life.
He is the highlight of this movie. Um, I have read the book this is based on.
Really?
It's not good.
Oh shit.
The interesting thing about it is it's part of like an experiment Stephen King did,
Bearman. What the
where he
fuck?
took the same the same basic cast of characters and wrote one story as Stephen King and one story as his then defunct alter ego Richard Bachman.
Huh?
And that one was The Regulators. We had this and The Regulators, and they're kind of like connected stories. Bachman is the one who he's the one whose name is on The Running Man, by the way.
Okay, so essentially Bachman is just an alter ego.
Well, yeah, Bachman was he was a pseudonym that King would use to write more experimental stuff without having seeing it.
Like,
See, like it was also like a pride thing for Kings. Like, can I sell a book not just because it's by me?
I
Like,
see.
will
I
people
see.
like this? Like, do they like the name Stephen King or do they like my writing? Kind of thing.
I see.
He
Okay,
also
I get
wrote
you.
a very good movie about. Well, he wrote the book about an author's pseudonym after being found out and killed off, coming back like as its own person, and all the nonsense that happens there called the Dark Half.
Fuck. Oh yeah, that one. Holy
Which
shit.
is also connected to Cujo.
What?
Oh yeah, there's the Dead Zone, Cujo, the Dark Half, and Needful Things are all connected. The Castle Rock series. They're all connected in set in Castle Rock. But we're not here for any of this. We're here to watch Ron Perlman in one of the most genuinely terrifying performances of his career that I have seen.
My mind is blown.
We are going to watch Stephen King's somewhere between a movie and a TV miniseries, Desperation.
Oh my God.
You ready for this?
Hell yeah, dude.
Let's roll. Oh, also, because it's Stephen King from this era, it's very much connected into The Dark Tower. Because of fucking course it is.
Of course it is.
Let's watch.
Let's go.
Based on the #1 bestseller, Stephen King's Desperation.
They reopened the mine, the old China pit. Whatever's happening here, I think it came from over there.
In the town of Desperation.
Where is everybody?
Disneyland.
An evil force
Is there a problem, officer?
has taken over.
He killed my husband. Killed our little girl.
And enslaved a population.
Where are you taking me?
This is desperation, and don't you forget it. A force with the ability to inhabit man.
Something came out of that mine. I think it's an earth demon.
Or beast.
He's gonna tear his head off!
Now, their only hope for survival
We have to get out of here.
is their will to fight.
Trouble with these bodies is how fast they wear out.
Directed by Mick Garris and written by Stephen King.
What in the name of God is going on?
There's no God out here.
Includes a commentary by director Mick Garris and interview with legendary horror author Stephen King.
Kill me if you're going to.
Now, why would I want to kill you when things are just starting to get interesting?
Desperation. In this town, there are no accidents. Look for it on DVD.
Oh. Fuck.
That was very long and not very good.
It was
But
a tough pill.
to be fair, the book's also not very good.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
It's weird. I have like a lot of mixed feelings about this movie.
It's fun when Ron Perlman's on screen.
Exactly.
But when he gets
I love
replaced
him.
with an actual fucking Karen,
Yeah.
kind of loses something.
Okay, so let's start, all right?
We start out with a
video.
couple. Well, yeah, we with sepia tone photos of miners doing mining shit.
Miners and all that crap, like looks like all old school miners and shit.
These are Mary
Oh, yeah.
and then we cut to a couple driving through the desert, talking. They're going back to Salt Lake City, I think, somewhere.
They passed by a crucified cat on
Yes,
the fucking sign,
that
which was
right.
fucked
I
up.
forgot about the crucified cat.
Yep. I was like, holy shit. No, that shit stuck to me hard.
And these are Mary and, believe it or not, Peter Jackson
Oh, fuck. Himself.
driving through. It's not that Peter Jackson, but the character's name is Peter Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Driving through the desert, and then they're being followed, and they're just fucking around, and they're followed by a cop.
Oh, yeah.
Got something about like, oh, they keep the speed limit posted at 55 because they got quotas to meet. Then they pull over for the cop, and it turns out to be the main man himself.
It's the fucking Ron Perlman.
Ron motherfucking Perlman.
They're a bit iffish about him, but
Uh,
Ron Perlman being Ron Perlman.
License and registration, please. Here you go. But it's not my car, it's my sister's car. We're borrowing it. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Goes
And
through it.
then,
It's like, hey, your name's Jackson.
Yeah.
That's not
And he's
the
like,
name
yeah, my name is Jackson.
here. It's real interesting.
Interesting.
I'd like to ask you to
And
step
then
out
he's
of the
like,
car, please, sir.
and then he just finds then he found something at
Found
the back of the.
a massive, like a brick of pot.
Oh no, it was not just a brick of pot. It was legit a fucking vacuum sealed fucking bags the size of Merrick's head of pot in the back. And they were trying to tell Ron Perlman, like, no, it's not ours.
It's the
not
sister.
ours.
It's in the car, which is also not ours. I know this looks bad, but you have the right
Please believe us.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can be used against you in the court of law. I'm going to kill you. You have the right to an attorney. He does the reading of the rights, but just slips, "I'm going to kill you" into it, and then he's like, when they're in the car, it's like, "Do you understand your rights?" Do you understand your rights? Just
going crazy. He's losing it.
Ron Perlman as Colleen Tregian in this movie is he is so delightfully unhinged.
He's honestly, when I see him doing this part, it's like I kind of hate the character.
Oh, the character is he's the villain, but Ron Perlman is excellent at playing this villain.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, he's really good at playing a psychotic, like a quote unquote psychotic sheriff that's gone mad with power because
especially the scenes where he's acting normally, but you've already seen the opening scene and what happens, and exactly. it's like being around a gorilla.
Oh,
because right now the gorilla's pretty chill, but you have no fucking idea what it's going to do, and when it's going to. It's just genuinely tense being around this guy.
It's like you could like stand next to him and he won't do shit. For some reason, but then if you feel like he's gonna fuck shit up very soon, but he's like not moving at all. That's Ron Perlman, honestly.
So he brings the
couple
to a town called Desperation.
The couple into the car, and Desperation.
The eponymous Desperation, where shit's gone down. Shit has clearly gone down.
Heavily.
Everyone is dead.
Everyone's dead. You see corpses littered through the street, fire still being lit.
And then we get another one of the delightfully unhinged lines from Ron Perlman's like, "So you're Peter. And you're Mary. But where's Paul? How are you going to sing Puff the Magic Dragon without Paul?" It's just...
And Peter Jackson. I
love Lord of the Rings. Fucking, this movie's not great, but Ron Perlman.
But Perlman is really doing his all. He's really giving his all. You know what I'm saying?
So he takes him to a jail cell. There's a little girl dead on the stairs of the police station. Say, forgot about her. Isn't it funny what slips your mind sometimes?
I'm like, Jesus Christ, this asshole. And then he proceeds to pull out his fucking revolver and fucking fills
in Desperation, it don't matter if you're a Jew or a Hindu or Mr. Magoo. And then he kills Peter Jackson.
Just like that. Like, pops fucking 5 loads and he's done into his belly. And I was like, wow, okay. Man, this movie's out of its rockers and shit.
And he brings Mary up to the cells, locks her up with...
There's actually a bunch of people.
There is Matt Frewer, who is playing Ralph Carver. There's his wife, Ellie Carver. There's their son, David Carver. And Charles Durning as Tom Billingsley, who we find out was the town vet.
Yep, he is the old man.
He's presumably still a vet, but the town is no longer... The town is defunct.
It's just fucked because of this fucking Ron Perlman psycho.
Also, there's one thing I'm noticing on IMDb that does kind of bother me, having read the book. You know the little girl, right?
Yeah, of course.
Her name is Pie Carver. Now, in the book, Pie is a nickname, obviously, because this is not this child of Kanye West or something with their ridiculous-ass name. But in this movie, her name is just literally fucking Pie.
Pie.
Yeah,
sweet as apple pie. You know what I'm saying?
It's a weird. actual like it's as a nickname, whatever, but it's a weird given name.
Well, yeah, I mean, would you really name your fucking daughter Pie, Merrick?
No, of course not.
Exactly. Just
But
because
like,
she's sweet as apple pie?
it's weird. It's weird.
Pretty fucking
It's weird that that's her name in this. So they're in prison. David starts praying.
Yep. Praise the Jeebus.
Also, while this is happening, we meet one of the main characters of the movie, John Edward Marinville, who is who is an alcoholic writer, because this is based on a Stephen King story.
Yep. And his apprentice.
Well, we meet him after, but he is played by Tom Skerritt. And this is not the first time Ron Perlman and Tom Skerritt have been in a piece together.
Really?
Gun.
Damn.
Remember Gun?
Gun? Really?
Yeah, the cowboy game.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Ron Perlman was Hoodoo Brown, and Tom Skerritt was Clay, leader of the rebels.
No fuck.
Yeah. So Tom Skerritt's taking a piss in the desert.
Yeah.
After he's riding a motorcycle through the desert, and Ron Perlman's.
Trying to get to I forgot where we were going to, actually.
Pardon?
I forgot where he was going.
Oh, he's just riding across America, giving speaking engagements, so he can write a book of essays about it.
Nice. Just nice.
So Ron Perlman's like, hey, it's a crime to relieve yourself in public. It's like, well, yeah, but I didn't really think this counted as public. We're in the middle of the desert.
Yeah,
Ron Perlman's like, all right. He's like, license registration, please. Looks at the rest. My God, you're John Edward Marinville. I'm a huge fan. and they talk for a bit. It's like, you're one of your best books about Vietnam. I was there. Your books in Vietnam, best books in Vietnam I ever read. And
he was like fucking fanboy on this motherfucker. But as soon as
but it's then a wolf shows up.
A dog shows up.
No, that's a wolf.
Oh, it's a wolf?
That is a wolf. And it's like, yo, dude, it's a wolf. Shoot it. And Collie's like, no. And he claps his hands and says, "Tak, takawa, takala." He speaks in this weird language a lot in the film.
Gibberish language.
It's actually an established language from the world of Stephen King. It's called the language of the dead.
Really?
It's again, of course, it's part of the Dark Tower universe. It's established in Little Sisters of Illyria, which is a short story about the gunslinger versus some vampire nurses. It's premiered in that.
Okay. So, as soon as he
gets him in, he gets him in. He scares the wolf off. He scares away the wolf. And Scarrett's like, "Oh, that was really cool. How'd you do that?" It's like, I took a look at your saddlebag. Why do you have this much weed, sir?
Another bag of fucking
same bag.
Weed in my
it's
mouth.
The same bag.
Same bag too.
Well, he took the weed that was in the Jackson car, and he sleight of handed it into the saddlebag.
Ah, okay. I honestly thought
nope. It was the typical cop trick.
Yep, typical throwing a bag of weed, a dime bag in a fucking bag.
Weird to see it be done to a white dude, but still.
Hey, no, this guy was making he was basically being like a generic cop, just making quotas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he proceeds to dance around, give the 1-2 diggly do, and
he beats the shit out of him.
Beats the shit out of him, police brutality.
You broke my nose. Oh, I'll break more than that. You sorry excuse for a writer.
And he just proceeds to fuck him up hard.
Puts him in the car, and
Desperation.
And they're talking. Collie's talking, and then he just sneezes blood all over the windshield.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I've been there.
Jesus.
Dude, I have nosebleeds. I used to have nosebleeds fairly frequently. It happens. You sneeze when you have a nosebleed, it's gonna happen.
That is true. I remember seeing you have a lot of bleeds. It was bad.
It's it doesn't happen anymore, fortunately.
Good. That's good.
I removed a certain amount of stress from my life, and then it doesn't happen anymore.
That's a good shot.
So,
After he shoves him in the back of the car, he proceeds to take the.
Also, I never liked you as a writer. You're a shit writer. He takes the motorcycle out.
And he hides it.
Hides in the desert. And while this is happening, we meet the final group of characters. The final character is Steve Ames, who is driving a U-Haul truck, which is all of. He works for the writer. He's basically there to drive him if the weather's too bad for biking. That's why he has the truck so he can carry the bike too, or if God forbid he fucking brains himself when he skidding out in the desert or something. That's what he's here for. He's a roadie traveling with him in the van.
Just in case.
He picks up a hitchhiker, Cynthia Smith, with a Bob Dylan t-shirt.
It was kind of funny when I saw her, Cynthia Smith here. I was like, what the fuck? That's her? Damn.
Well,
so young.
Kelly Overton is the actor.
I mean, Kelly. Sorry.
Cynthia doesn't exist.
Forgot the name because I don't have IDMB right now. Hang on.
So they're talking, say, are you a nice person? And he's like, I like to think so, but if I were Jeffrey Dahmer, I don't think I'd tell you about it.
If I was Ted Bundy, I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, that Ted Bundy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Even I would be like, you know what? You got a point there, buddy.
So they're driving. He gets while Etrigian's gone. John Edward Marinville he gets a call. He makes a call on a satellite on an old ass cell phone because 2006, right?
Yeah, of course.
And but the connection's bad and it comes in really choppy to Steve.
Doesn't understand shit.
A few things like cop, dangerous, and by the RV.
By the RV, yeah.
Like, oh, well, boss is in trouble. I gotta go help the boss, right?
Exactly.
And, well, they're going, and Steve's being brought to prison and then promptly locked up. Well, this is also happening because it cuts between the various characters quite a bit. Because it has a shockingly big cast for what it is.
It has a lot of people.
David is praying. His mom loses her shit at him for that.
Because he's like, pray for your sister because God.
Well, no, why would you pray if God killed your sister? Collie killed my sister, but whatever.
I mean, I guess, but okay, mom.
And we find he's been praying because his best friend Brian, he was hit by a drunk driver when he was on his bike, and this is one of those really bad collisions where the helmet split in two. And apparently he survived, and the doctor even said it was miraculous. So they're talking. The mom's being a bitch. She's being a Karen, a proto Karen. She even has the hair for it.
She's getting there. She's losing it. You know, that's what happens with the Karens. They have to lose their shit in order to become a Karen. You know.
Then they must speak to the manager.
They have to speak to the manager and complain about everything. But I understand in her point. You know, she did lose a kid.
And then Collie comes back. Collie comes back. He locks up. He locks up Tom Skerritt, and then he takes Ellie.
Yep, because he has to do a ritual or something.
He just takes her to take. He doesn't say why, but he's like, these bodies wear out real fast. Because you see, he's really
slowly.
He's looking fucked up. He's looking real fucked up.
It's kind of cool the scarring effect because it's like really interesting and well detailed, and it's cracking like as if it's like pussing up and everything.
It's like if you if you try to fill something with more than can go. Let's say you're roasting a chicken, right? And you're putting stuffing in the chicken.
Exactly.
But you put more stuffing than can fit in the chicken. And that's what's going on with the Tragian.
With Perlman's face.
Yeah.
It's cracking, it's opening,
And
it's bursting open.
presumably the rest of them too.
Oh,
And she's like, "Hey, if you want that, just don't do it where my son can see." And he's like, "Ma'am, I don't want that. Don't worry. Don't flatter yourself."
At least the man has some taste.
And so he's taking her out, and David's like, don't hurt my mom." And Ron Perlman has actually really good lines like, "Boy, if I want to shove a stake through your mother and spin her until she catches fire, there's not a damn thing you can do to stop me."
There are some harsh lines that he delivers in this fucking thing, man. I'm like, goddamn.
He is great in this.
I'm having too much fun, actually.
I mean, it was between Hellboys, I think, at this point.
Really? Yeah, 2006, huh?
Yeah, so I think the first one was 2005, second one was like 2007, 2008.
Yeah, I think around there, yeah. So now we cut back to the couple as Perlman takes away the Karen. Go back to not the couple, the two. What do you call these two? The fucking
Steve and Cynthia.
Steve and Cynthia, thank you.
They do become a couple eventually. At least in the book, it's hinted
You
at.
can definitely see it. You could see it. I mean, come on. You could definitely see the second how they react and act, and I'm like, okay, definitely. But you cut back to them,
especially in this version where it doesn't have such an age gap between the two.
Oh no, definitely not.
Because like Steve's in his 40s and she's like 19, and no, fuck off.
Ew.
Like it's legal, sure, but fuck off.
No. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of shit.
No, thank you.
Yeah, we're getting real controversial. We're taking a fucking stand against predatory age gaps and statutory rape.
Fuck yeah. Thank you. Fuck yeah. Fuck you, statutory rapists. Hell yeah.
So they get to this. They see the RV, and they're searching it, and they find like some nice enough jewelry, some money, a girl's doll, and baseball cards. And they're like,
would you leave this shit?
People wouldn't leave this stuff behind, like, unless they like really had to go in a hurry. This isn't normal.
This is bad, and that's when the guy's like, "Oh shit."
And John mentioned
like an RV.
He mentioned an RV. So
and
they
like, okay. Then,
they keep going.
He decided to walk down the street so that we can maybe find something else.
We also get some backstory from Tom Billingsley, from the vet, about Etrigan used to be really nice. Just he knows him because he kept dogs and he was the vet, so he treated his dogs from time to time. And he was a nice enough guy. He was pretty nice. And then something happened. Like he went down. They have this China pit, which is like a mine. They have this mine, and he went down there, and then something happened because they're reopening it, and they sent him down there, and he's bigger. Like he's taller now by a few inches. Now, personally, it's hard for me to imagine a short Ron Perlman.
Damn.
But yeah, he's gotten bigger. It's like, well, that's impossible. It's like, yeah, I know, but that's what happened.
He's like, what do you mean he gotten shorter?
Then Etrigan had left a wolf a dog to guard the cells, right?
Yes.
And then David prays, and then the ghost of his sister shows up and gives him some soap.
Green glowing soap.
At first I forgot. And I was like, oh, what? Is some kind of magic Chotsky? The fuck is this? Some kind of... I thought it was like a magic talisman or some like magic rock or something. It's like, no, it's just fucking Irish Spring soap.
Glowing Irish Spring soap, my guy.
I mean, I was thinking of like a really good Stephen King book, The Talisman, which is centered around a talisman. I actually recommend The Talisman. It's really good.
You can use this to beat evil. Good hygiene.
So he soaps himself up and slips through the bars.
Everybody
While
is
everyone's
distracting
distracting the dog, and he sees his sister, covers her up with a jacket, steals a pistol, and shoots the dog.
the dog. Yep.
And then he frees them
Animal
all from their
murder.
cells. Well, the dog would have killed him. And all of
True.
them. Like, I have a thing with, like, it's just like, with animal murder. If someone's specifically using the dog as a weapon against you,
Okay, now it's all open.
yeah, like, if it's a life or death situation, like,
It's all in the air at that point.
though I do take issue with Ninja Gaiden and how many fucking dogs I have to fight in the third game. And the realistic ass noises they make. They could have just been robots. Come on. Or fucking demon dogs.
They really had to push it in that you murder dogs.
Reason no one likes fucking Ninja Gaiden 3.
All about that. But
Pardon?
anyways.
So
But anyway.
So they've all been rescued. They go to this
The kid's going through the entire station like a fucking haunted house.
he sees Ron Perlman saying the talk thing again.
Yep.
Another good line he has is you're in my house now, the house of the wolf and the scorpion. Which is one of the really good lines he has.
These are pretty cool lines though.
But it's like good line. It's the Family Guy problem.
Family Guy problem?
There are scenes which are good on their own. Like, there are bits of Family Guy that are really funny, like you watch the scene, but they do not stick together to form a good enough cohesive whole.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Family Guy problem.
Now I know what you mean.
So, Steve and Cynthia reach this, not the mine itself, but like this mining complex.
It's like an apartment, almost like a
Like a company building.
Company building.
And there's a fish tank, and there's a severed hand in the fish tank. I do think this would have been more effective if they just, what's that and then they look at the fish tank and we see the hand in the fish tank, rather than to have Cynthia say it's a hand. It's like, yeah, we fucking know. This isn't an audiobook. You don't need to, you're not doing a radio play. You're a visual medium. Trust your fucking visuals.
We're looking at you. Don't worry. We know what a hand is.
Yeah, I went and did the dishes at some point during this movie, but I did pause it, so that's fine. And then they find this place has been like lots of murder.
Mossimer?
Lots of murder.
Oh, lots of murder, yes. Lots of death.
Lots of death. And some weird idols that are like, here's a wolf, but like it has spider legs and a snake for a tongue kind of thing.
Yeah, that is a bit of a fucky one there.
These are called the Kontoi.
Called a contoy?
Kontoi, yes.
My God.
It's a whole thing. It's Dark Tower speak.
I don't look. Look. I'm gonna be real with you. Haven't read.
That's fine. I'm going to explain Desperation with in a very simple way for you.
Please.
It is recently post being hit by truck Stephen King, and that has a certain feel of nonsense to it.
Wait a minute.
A lot of his stuff in the early 2000s was when he was recovering from being hit by a fucking truck. So it's weird as hell. It's weird as hell. It's the reason the Dark Tower series actually got finished, is him being hit by a truck. Because it was taking like years and years between each book. It's like, oh, I'll get to them when I get to them. And then he got hit by a truck. And then when he regained consciousness, he was like, oh my God, I can die. I gotta finish this series.
Oh my fuck.
I don't want to end up like thousands of mangakas before me.
Mangekas?
I
want
my bad.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't want to end up like fucking, like the guy from Berserk.
Oh. One day we'll get a good complete Berserk anime.
Nah, you can only wish, bro.
Well, the guys who did Castlevania want to do it, and I trust them. They have their proof of concept with the Striga boss, the Striga scene.
Look, as long as they don't pull back punches, they can actually do it. But most likely they're gonna pull a lot of punches, bro.
Just don't CGI the animation again, whatever the fuck you do.
Oh, you know damn well they're going to.
I hope not if it's a Castlevania dudes. They won't. Anyway, the idol starts like affecting them, and they start like getting close, like about to make out, and then there's a lightning strike, and
scares them and stuff.
And Cynthia's like, you what? Nothing. She came. It's outright said in the book. She came. So clearly, the idols made them do weird shit.
I was like, what the fuck happened? Even I was confused. Like, what the fuck happened here?
So everyone meets up at the prison.
Yeah.
And then they go to this like boarded up secret movie theater where a bunch of old people like to drink.
As soon as the old man opens the theater and opens the light, he fucking beelines to the fucking liquor cabinet.
Yep. And John's like, nah, man, you can't have any. He's like, you're going to tell me when I can have a drink from my own liquor cabinet? He's like, well, I know you're alcoholic because I am also alcoholic. And right now there's a psychotic giant Jason Voorhees cop, maniac cop, is trying to kill us. Maybe we save the drinking for afterwards. All right?
And he still says fine. I'm like, are you serious, dude?
This is happening. Etrigan is unfortunately out of the movie.
Yeah.
He has transferred the spirit of Tak, because that's what it's an elder god called Tak. That's what he is.
That's why, and also he keeps saying Taki.
Tak. Well, he says Tak. He's like Tak, Takawan, Takala. It's the language of the dead again.
Yeah.
And he the spirit goes into Ellie, and she's decaying a lot faster.
Yeah.
Now, in the book, she gets to she starts 5'9", and because the talk makes you grow, she gets to 6 foot, built like Ron Perlman, because
you need a Ron Perlman build.
Well, because the talk makes its hosts larger, but the movie obviously doesn't have the budget or the ability to do that because it's live action. So she seems to be rotting a lot faster than Ron Perlman did.
Okay, she's more faster than Perlman, that's for sure now in this one.
Also, she there's one thing she does in the book that she doesn't do in the movie.
No, what?
One thing she does in the book that she didn't do in the film.
What does she do?
She takes when talk is in her, it takes the gun with it. It's kind of stupid. She just left the gun.
No, because she had a better weapon than the gun, Merrick. Remember?
Oh yeah, she had the fucking the Jaguar, the Cougar,
the fucking Cougar Jaguar, whatever the fuck it was.
Mountain lion.
Yeah, mountain lion. Fucking straight up summon a mountain lion with a fucking weird eldritch rock.
So yeah, they're talking about the China Pit and the history of the town.
Yeah,
it's like was
they weren't that bad treating, they were okay.
He's lying.
He's lying. He's telling, everyone was treated equally, and everyone's cool, and everyone was happy. We all treated them equally. Blah 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 blah. The kid found fucking cans of sardines somewhere,
and he
shares them around.
It's loaves of fishes because there's enough for everybody. It's another miracle. This is the really kind of weird thing about this film. Usually, Stephen King stories are not exactly pro-religion.
No.
This very much is. It's weird. It's weird for King.
Hardcore.
Now, there are characters who are, have you ever seen or read The Stand?
No.
Mother Well, I actually recommend the 94 miniseries. Mother Abigail and that.
Okay. I'm a bit lost there.
That's just check out the miniseries. It's not that long. It's only 4 episodes.
I'll give it a shot.
I'll lend you the DVD next time you swing over.
I'm down.
Um, so the cougars the mountain lion's approaching. Tom Billingsley goes to the washroom.
Yep.
And gets killed by the mountain lion.
Get his neck chopped off. Fuck.
So they decide what they got to do is they got to go into the China pit and blow.
No, that was before. So the first thing before that, all that though, that's when the cougar jumped on the other guy, Steve, begins mauling him. The rider goes in with the gun, and then he has like a fucking flashback to a specific guerrilla soldier yelling at him, and then he legit points the gun to the cougar's head and blasts his head off.
Well, this is also going on. David looks into like this old Zoetrope thing.
Yep.
And sees what it was actually like back in the old days. And some people, some Chinese people found in the mines, they're being heavily abused, by the way.
Hardcore.
They find something called Pai Mo, which is the Well of the Worlds. And in it they find, they find Tak. And it possesses them, and then they murder everybody and cause a mine collapse. And then they're going to be hanged, and you see them like bigger, like hulking up. And
then
a weird-ass scene where the sack over one of their heads burns open, and like a lizard, a big fucking Komodo dragon comes out of his mouth.
Yep. I was like...
And no one mentions it?
Nobody. Everyone's just like, it's normal to them, but they point their rifles at him and start blasting.
Okay, look, if you were going to hang somebody, and then the sack in front of their mouth, the sack on their head burned on its own, and a Komodo dragon came out of their mouth, would you not shoot that thing?
Oh, dude, I'd chuck fucking TNT at it, no problem. No problem, buddy.
And then we get the flashback. It's after Vietnam's been mostly succeeded. Tom Skerritt, who was a war correspondent, he's partying it up. He's signing some autographs. He actually signs an autograph for a young soldier, and I have a theory about that.
Who was that?
That's Collie.
Who?
That's Collie. That's Collie Atrakian, who he signed the thing for as the young man who he meets. The young GI he meets is Collie Atrakian. Because Collie used to just be a nice dude, and that would make sense. Actually, I think I'm gonna just double checking something. He's not credited. All right, that's a shame.
That sucks.
Well, I think it would have been cool if it's like just young Collie or something, but nah.
Nah.
But hey, it doesn't outright say it isn't him.
But it could hint it. So, kid goes downstairs. Everyone's bloodied and fucked up. Proceeds to tell. The father goes panicking, of course. And now the kid says, we have to go to the mines. And stop this shit.
So,
and
they do.
They're checking. The wife checks on the bodies. The old man dies right there. You know, like I think they had like some sort of like moment, like some transparent. I don't know what happened. Like they had like some sort of like mental connection or something. I don't know.
But while Mary's in the bathroom, she hears Ellie from outside. It's like, Ellie, are you okay? And then Ellie fucking grabs her because it's Tak.
I think it's that. I think that's what happened.
And takes her to the mine. Because she's going to be the next body.
Yeah.
And we have a few scenes of her, like, basically harassing a snake and a tarantula. Yeah, because like she knows they won't bite her because they're under orders from Tak. It's like, leave the fucking snake alone. It's just minding its own goddamn business.
Seriously, it's been told to protect you, to keep an eye on
you. It's just being an angry noodle. Leave it alone.
Exactly. And the spiders are like, please put me down. I I can't bite you.
Put me down,
Stop
human.
telling me to bite
You will suffer.
I will fucking I will put babies in your ears, you bastard. And she's like, bite me, do it, bite me. And she's like, fucking, it's so funny. It's like, what the fuck?
So they get to the mine.
Yeah.
While they're on their way, they they get to the mine and they get some TNT.
Yeah.
John very nearly kills all of them when he shoots the lock off the explosive shed door with a revolver.
Yep.
While this is happening, Mary does successfully escape in the cop car.
Mm-hmm.
And Ellie chases, loses an arm, and then just gets run over.
Hardcore.
So Talk finally goes into a buzzard. And then once the party meets back up, everyone meets back up together. The bird kills the mostly useless Ralph Carver.
Yeah.
Played by the legendary Matt Frewer.
Yeah.
Who I think has the most Stephen King roles out of anyone else in this movie.
I think so.
Because he was in The Lawnmower Man Part 2.
Oh, wow, really?
He played Job in that, and he was in the Stand as Trash Can Man. Both things I have already reviewed on this channel.
Huh.
So he's dead. David's like, well, guess I'm gonna blow myself up to kill Tuck.
Sacrifice myself because
I got literally nothing. No, I mean the kid is like, guess I'm gonna blow myself up. I've lost fucking everything.
Oh, that's true. The kid went fucking hat. He's going in.
So then John's like, yo, kid, what's that over there? And steals the lighter.
And then fucking proceeds to go inside.
So he goes to kill himself because he previously he's guilty because back in the non-flashback he saw some Viet Cong going to like blow up the cafe he was at.
And it was a bar. It was like a club bar.
Well, the bar he was going to blow up the bar. They were going to blow up the bar, and instead of like stopping them or warning the people and getting them out, he just fucked off.
He ran.
So he feels guilty about that. So
now,
so he's like, it's time to make up for it. It's time to make amends. So he gets he takes all the explosives. He goes down into the mine himself. He doesn't steal a lighter. He steals a shotgun shell. My bad. Shotgun shell. He fills it with the gunpowder. This big crystalline like well thing, the well of the worlds where Talk came through. He fills it with explosives, plugs the hole with a shotgun shell, and the whole time Talk is trying to like first like bribe him into not doing this. And then it's like, oh, you don't have the... Then he tries the fucking... He tries the Arnold Schwarzenegger. You don't want to shoot me. You want to stick a knife in me. Look in my eyes, see what's going on when you turn it. You don't have the fucking guts to do this. And he's like, yeah, I do. And then he shoots the shotgun shell and blows up the...
Yeah.
Massive explosion. And
destroys the whole town almost.
As everyone's driving away, they see the smoke like hanging over the town, and they're like, "Oh my god, we didn't kill it!" And then it just dissipates. And like, yeah, we beat it.
We got him.
And then
we got him.
Then they drive off. Mary stops at her car that it was still in the desert to get her overnight bag, and it's been turned into David's yearbook, signed by the writer, but not the writer?
Not the writer. I think it was the writer. No, it was the writer.
No, it's not his signature. It's his name, but not his signature.
Okay.
I don't know. It's... This is...
It's some fuck.
You know how little this ending means?
Nothing.
I read the book, and I don't remember what this is supposed to be. That's how little effect... Like, I'm sure this is in the book. I have no idea what it's supposed to mean. And then they drive off and we get the credits, and that was Desperation.
I had the most... I had a lot of brain farts in this movie.
It's This is not my. This is like my third time watching it. I took it out from Movieland back when it first came out back in the day, and it was a fine use for a lazy Sunday, but that's about it.
But that's the most. But a lazy Sunday, I wouldn't waste my lazy Sunday on this. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
Ron Perlman is doing all of the heavy lifting for this movie. He really is.
Dude, salute to that legend, dude, for carrying the whole movie. But after that, it just
Like,
went downhill. And I'm like, oh my god.
I can't help but compare it to another Stephen King made-for-TV movie, mostly led by one extremely charismatic actor.
Who?
It.
Mm.
Tim Curry was in basically all of that movie, and it holds up a lot better.
No, that man, that entire movie was thanks to that man.
And I'm not even going to say that the book is better, because like the book of Desperation isn't good, and I gotta say, the book for it isn't good.
It's fucked.
Yeah, there's a 9-year-old orgy.
We don't need to know that part.
Yeah, you don't want to know that part.
We don't need to know that part. It's okay. You could. I think we all know, and we all don't need to know at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is not that good a film.
Nah,
I don't even recommend it. At best, I'd recommend like looking up if there's a super cut on YouTube of all of Ron Perlman's scenes. Maybe watch that, but
I think there should be a super cut of that. Because...
there are far better there are even far better bad Stephen Kings.
Oh,
like there's
dude.
better made for TV Stephen Kings than this.
Exactly.
Like,
No.
hell, another Ron Perlman Stephen King film, Sleepwalkers. It's bad, but it's at least like entertaining bad. This is just kind
I haven't
of
actually
meh.
seen that one actually.
It's not very good, but it's he's in it. So that's good.
Another Ron Perlman with him.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's a minor character in that one, but like technically a minor character in this too.
Of course, they fucking cut out the good characters like that. Of course they do.
Well, it's not based on a story. It's something Stephen King just wrote. Oh, it's the same director as this. Okay.
Oh,
Sleepwalkers has the same is also directed by Mick Garris, who directed this.
God damn it.
Oh, he wrote Critters 2, though. Critters 2 was cool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool.
Oh, he wrote Hocus Pocus as well.
Really? That's
And
my favorite movie.
He wrote the screenplay for Riding the Bullet.
Well,
Oh, The Fly
I'm
2.
glad it's over, though. I'm glad that's out of my list.
There's more Stephen King to watch down the line, but this one's over. Another comment I'll make about this one. It's a weird thing I don't usually mention, but the music was fucking all over the place.
Oh my god.
Like, the music... How do I put this? It could have been from literally anything. Like, there are bits when it sounds like it's from V for Vendetta. There are bits when it sounds like it's fucking from I Am Legend. The music has no personality of its own.
And then there's the fucking music where it shows the whole like history of the whole town, which is like.
Well, that's cool. That's fitting the silent film approach they're taking. That I didn't mind so much.
Not too much.
That was thematic, but the
rest, though,
Yeah.
I kind of do agree. It is.
da 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 da. It's nothing. That's fucking nothing. Come on.
Like, come the fuck on, dude. Like, fuck off. But anyways,
But
I'm
yeah,
Rookie Zero.
and I am Merrick D'Amato, and thank you, and see you next week. Thank you for watching.
Peace.
Bye.